Today, as we start into our textbook, to the left of your monitor you'll find a large spiral-bound textbook, and we are in the little orange section in the front, page 31. The title is Microsoft Office 2007 Basics and the Internet. Be sure you're familiar with all the vocabulary throughout this lesson, as this is going to be a springboard for when we go into Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. The first term you'll find on page 31 is Microsoft Office 2007, or simply Office, and make sure that you know what that term means. As you turn the page to 32, it talks about starting an Office program. I need to point out that in the book, it's assuming you're running Microsoft Windows Vista, which is an operating system. And in our lab, our computers are running Microsoft Windows XP. So I will be pointing out the differences when our screen prints in the book are different than what you'll see on your screen. At the bottom of page 32, you'll notice a step-by-step 1.1. These are the steps that you'll be assigned to complete on any given day. The preferred method is for you to have watched this video prior to coming to class so that you're prepared to go through the step-by-steps. In this step-by-step, you're being asked to click the Start button, and you're welcome to do this as I speak, or you can simply watch the video and then do the step-by-steps from the book. You'll want to click on All Programs, click Microsoft Office, and then click Microsoft Office PowerPoint 2007, which will open this program here. It then wants you to click the Start button again, click All Programs, click Microsoft Office, and then Microsoft Office Word 2007, which opens this application here. You can have more than one application open at a time. This is helpful when you're trying to work doing something where you'll need both of them open at the same time. And then step-by-step 1.1, step 7 on about the middle of page 33 tells you to leave these both open for the next step-by-step. On page 34, we have another vocabulary term, program window. This right here is the program window for Microsoft Word. Second section there, and become familiar with all the items in that table on page 34. Using the ribbon. This bar along the top, this whole area from one side to the other at the top of your Microsoft Office applications is the ribbon. This is the ribbon on Word. This is the ribbon in PowerPoint. There are tabs on the ribbon. For Microsoft Word, on the ribbon, the tabs are right here. And notice they're different than the tabs in Microsoft PowerPoint. On each tab, you have groups. For Microsoft Word, on the Home tab, you have the Clipboard group, the Font group, the Paragraph group, the Styles group, and the Editing group. And each group has a button to choose a particular command. If you don't know what the command is, you can simply hover over it. Hover means don't click, you just place your mouse over it. A screen tip will pop up telling you what that's for. So notice this one is bold, this one is italic, this one's underlined. And as you hover over each button, it pops up a screen tip telling you what those are for. Each button has a picture on it, which is called an icon. And they're the same throughout the program. So in Microsoft Word, on your Home tab in the font group, you have a bold button. Notice in PowerPoint on the Home tab in the font group, you have a bold button. It's grayed out right now because we don't have any text to work with. Page 36, some buttons open up galleries. So for instance, if I wanted to change the color of this, I would simply go here, and the collection of these colors is a gallery. If I hover over something, notice my text changes. That's the live preview, so you can see what it looks like before you choose it. Notice I'm just hovering over these buttons, but my text is changing color. I can also launch a dialog box, which is simply an additional window in which it gives you more options than can fit on the ribbon. So this is the font dialog box, and I can do some of the same things that are on the ribbon, but there are also some additional features available to you. In some cases, there'll be what's called a task pane, which is simply a window that opens up over on the right or the left, depending on what the task pane is for. And then some items, notice on the ribbon an additional tab has shown up. And that's a contextual tab because it only shows things related to the item currently selected. If I deselect it, notice that it goes away. But when I click on it again, it appears. A toolbar also has buttons that you can do a task on. This is the mini toolbar. Notice if I'm not hovering over it, it's transparent. But once I start hovering over buttons, it becomes in full view. If I right click, I can get a shortcut menu. On page 39, it's going to start talking about opening an existing file. And you open by clicking on the Office button. On page 40, we have another step-by-step, 1.2. It tells you to click the Office button and click Open. All your files should be located in My Documents. This is a view according to the book. Yours will look a little different, but you need to be in My Documents. And before you can actually do this step by step, you'll need to call me or my TA over to put this folder into your documents for you so you have it available. So I want you to open by double clicking on the folder and then double clicking lesson 1. You'll double click employees. And then double click the Perez folder. Notice now you can see the Word document memo. You may or may not see the file extension, which are 3 to 4 letters after the period, the dot. And be careful that you don't put punctuation in any file name. You're welcome to put commas, but I don't even recommend that. So we're going to select Memo Doc and we're going to open it. So you would click open, and then you would see your memo. Step 8 says to leave it open. Now on the bottom of page 42, you're on step-by-step 1.3. It wants you to open up Excel. And it tells you again, notice we have a ribbon with different options because you're in a different application. We're going to click the Office button and open. Once again, you need to be in My Documents, and we're looking for Office Basics. You're going to navigate to the Employees folder again, to Perez. And you're going to open Schedule. Now it says to leave the workbook open for the next step-by-step. On page 44, step-by-step 1.4, you're still being in Excel. You're going to click the Office button and Save As. You always use Save As when you're taking a document that's already existing and saving it as something else. If you click Save, it's going to save it as the same name in the same location. And we want to either change the name, the location, or both. So Save As. In the file name box, they want it to be called June Schedule. Please type SMART, wisely. The word schedule is already there. Don't retype the whole thing. You can simply click in front of the word schedule and type June. Now we want to be in Employees. You should have a button with an up arrow where you can go back up a folder. If you're running on XP, and we want to open the Garner folder and then save there. So we've now taken this same schedule and saved it as a different file name in a different location. To close, you could click the X, but that exits out of the application. You could save yourself some time if you still need to work within that application doing something else by closing the file but leaving Excel open. You would click the Office button and close. Notice it's still open. Same with Word. If I want to still work in Word without having to reopen the application, I could go to the Office button and close. And Word is still open. But we've closed the file. So we've worked through Microsoft Office 2007, Basics and the Internet, the little orange section in the front of your textbook, from step-by-steps 1.1 through 1.5. Once you're done with 1.5, call me or my TA over and we'll check you off on these step-by-steps.